weight category. In the red corner, McCarthy from Northern Ireland. And in the blue corner is Johnson from Scotland.
An English referee for a Commonwealth Games final between a Northern Irishman and a Scot.
First round.
Johnson, the Scottish team captain in blue, the shorter of the two, has defeated both the representatives from England, Obed Mokwango, and from Wales, Jermaine Asari. 6-2 against Mokwango. It was pretty close, but he demolished the Welshman by some hard punching like that to the body. The contest stopped in the second round, and McCarthy will know that, and the Northern Ireland corner will have said, don't get yourself into a position where you leave those ribs open, because Johnson will punish you. The two of these chaps met actually earlier this year in the BG tournament, BGE, or the GB I should say, GEBE in Helsinki, and McCarthy came through 7-6, so he has that advantage.
He does, but if he chooses the tactic here to hold his feet and stay on the ropes like we see in the first 10 or 20 seconds, then believe you me, Johnson, you're playing to Johnson's hands here. So I think McCarthy's got to move a little bit, try and create a gap, but certainly doesn't want to be stuck on the ropes, Jim, here, because Johnson likes you to stand right in front of him so he can work the body. Very powerful man at short range, and he's all hooks, Johnson. There's two there, and he will get to you.
Johnson trying the uppercut there, just a little bit of variation. McCarthy needs to move. He's the taller of the two, and he's a very accomplished boxer, McCarthy. We've been pretty impressed with him all the way through. Came through McCarthy against boxers from Tanzania, Reese Papuni from New Zealand, and then the Kenyan Joseph Makonjo in the semi-final. Oh, good left hand into the body by Callum Johnson.
I was impressed with the short right uppercut as well. And again, I'll tell you what, McCarthy's lucky not to be one or maybe two down here. Good work from Johnson on the inside with that uppercut. And again.
When McCarthy comes back at him, pulls his shorts down. Better work at range by McCarthy, but Johnson tucks up. The way Johnson boxes, he could be on the Northern Ireland team, the way he's boxing.
Yeah.
Familiar voice of Mickey Hawkins saying, time it, Tommy, time it.
I think it's encouraging Johnson's style to all those amateur boxers out there who are short and stocky, who prefer to work on the inside. This guy's been successful with that style. It's more of a professional style, if you like, because he holds his feet longer, but still, he's been excellent in this competition as Callum Johnson. Stop.
Kenny Anderson won the gold medal for Scotland in Melbourne 4 years ago. Now, is that a cut, or is that just blood coming from the nose? We thought that McCarthy had a wee problem with his nose in his last contest.
Well, that just shows that some shots have got through, though, Jim, especially that uppercut. So Johnson a little unlucky not to be ahead here.
I would have to go along with that, Richie. But the electronic scoreboard says that it's Northern Ireland 0 and Scotland 0, and that was a good right hand. Well blocked, though, by Johnson. So honours even at the end of an opening 3 minutes, and I think we'll see the pace pick up a little bit. Well, they're quite right in saying in the Scots corner that you've done a lot of scoring with the body shots, and it hasn't happened, but they will come, and he's just going to keep doing what he's doing to try to break down McCarthy.
Yeah, you see Johnson coming forward here, looking for the shots on the inside. Little right uppercut there, wasn't too far away. Left hook, there's a shot.
That was a scoring shot. There's no question about that.
Scoring blow, you see.
And another one not too far away. Well, the head goes up like that. How can they not see that, Jimmy? But then perhaps the two of the judges are on the other side and the man has received the blow.
The key to this contest for McCarthy's movement, he's got to move and keep at range. Johnson has got to concentrate on getting his man back onto the ropes.
The man in blue a little bit unfortunate not to be leading this contest as we go into the second round in the light heavyweight final, the 81 kilogram division. Tommy McCarthy, the taller of the two. The youngster, only 19 years of age, a Belfast bartender by profession. Got himself caught a couple of times, particularly with good uppercuts from his Scots opponent, Callum Johnson.
See, that's better work from McCarthy at range. Falls in on his opponent. Now he needs to move. That's better, you see. That's the way he should be boxing.
Well, Johnson will keep those hands up and keep coming forward, albeit in a straight line all day. And that's the only way McCarthy's going to take advantage. Another rib tickler from Callum Johnson, but again, the judges haven't scored it. How frustrating is this going to get for the Scot?
It's very frustrating, yeah, and he's just scored one there. I think the right uppercut scored, but he scored with 2 or 3 good shots to the body as Callum Johnson. A little bit disappointed with the judges here. But this is a better display from him now because he's pressuring his opponent.
That was a good, and again, good left hand from Johnson. And he's now finding his range, and he's opened up a gap of 3 points. And Tommy McCarthy now is really coming under a little bit of pressure. Johnson, remember, stopped the Welshman, Jermaine Asari, in the second round. I don't think he's going to do that with Tommy McCarthy, unless he catches him with one big shot. Oh, great variation from Johnson. Body and then head, he's opened up a 5-point gap. And Tommy McCarthy is getting a bit of a battering here in this final.
Yeah, the added problem for McCarthy is that these are powerful punches, so they're hurting him. He has got to move. He's got to move. He's no good standing there. He's got to hit and he's got to move.
Well, I remember 4 years ago in Melbourne, Kenny Anderson had to work right to the very last minute to win his gold medal in this division for Scotland. Callum Johnson is bruising and battering his way impressively to gold. McCarthy has to move. If he stands there, he will get walloped. Has to jab. Oh, he's so strong, Johnson.
Very strong indeed. McCarthy certainly taking these shots now. Gets one back himself. That was better, but look, he's standing again. Jim, it's no good. Stop. But I just think he's getting so tired now, McCarthy, because these punches are really taking their toll now on him.
McCarthy almost telegraphing that right hand of his. 30 seconds to go. What a very good round it's been for the Scotsman Callum Johnson. He's outworked and outbattered his opponent by 6 points to 1. Might even have been more. Tough to see how McCarthy's going to win this one, Richie.
Yeah, because he's been hurt a few times here, so his confidence is very, very low. He's boxing, for me, just the wrong tactics and the wrong fight.
Wasn't a bad right hand into the body by McCarthy. Okay. There's a good boxer in there. He's only 19. He's got great style. Johnson is just so strong. He's like a little Galloway bull.
6-1. He's not interested in. He's looking very, very tired. Very tired. Keep your composure. You step up when you want to step up. You come back on the fence when you want to be. Okay?
Yeah, that's good coaching. Little right uppercut there from Callum Johnson. That was a super shot. That actually hurt McCarthy. Right hand as he's coming in. But look at his power here. Keeps his man on the ropes. And he'll switch the attack as well. Powerful puncher. Left hook after left hook. There's that right uppercut. Great shot that was. Strong bloke. Strong man.
Put yourself across the side. Can you hear me? Don't be standing straight in front of him. Don't be standing in front of him.
Stephen Friel saying to Tommy McCarthy, don't be standing in front of him. That's pretty good advice. I know it sounds a bit obvious, but the man in blue lives in Bennington near Boston in Lincolnshire. Callum Johnson, but with a name like Callum, no denying his Caledonian antecedents. 6-1 up Callum Johnson, the Scottish boxing team captain, and pretty well on the way toward emulating his fellow Scot Kenny Anderson, who took gold in this division in Melbourne 4 years ago. Now Tommy McCarthy, the youngster from Belfast, his time will come, I'm quite sure. He's learned a lot from sparring with the outstanding Irish amateur light heavyweight in the last 10 years, Kenny Egan. Part of the process where Northern Ireland boxers are down at the Sports Institute of Northern Ireland on the north side of Belfast at the University of Ulster Jordanstown, and then they've been working with the high performance boxers in the Irish squad. That stood McCarthy in good stead but Johnson has been the stronger man.
Yeah, change of tactics now, you see, from Johnson, and understandably so. Just boxing at range a little bit more, keeping the hands high, but he's just protecting the lead. That's all he's doing here now, Johnson. He knows he's 6-1 up, and he's just trying to keep it that way and protect it.
Well, the score hasn't advanced since the beginning of the round, midway through the last round, and it looks as if it's going to be a second successive light heavyweight gold medal in the Commonwealth Games for Scotland.
Well, a clear example, Jim, this has been the first 2 rounds of getting the tactics wrong and taking your man, boxing, taking your man on and boxing to his strength. That's what McCarthy's done. He's boxed to his opponent's strength, and that's why Johnson has scored the points.
McCarthy is tired and he let his hands go, and McCarthy caught him, or Johnson caught McCarthy with the round the corner right hand. The first non-close range punch that's actually scored for the Scot. Needs to step in a bit more now, McCarthy. 7-1 down, a minute to go. We've seen the England team captain Thomas Stalker win his final, and it's pretty certain now that the Scottish team captain Callum Johnson is going to win his final. We still have the Northern Ireland team captain Eamon O'Kane to come. Johnson's just been too strong all the way through, Richie.
Yeah, I mean, a fairly tame round now, but as I said, he's protecting the lead, he's Johnson. He's done his work, he's listening to his corner, he's boxing to instruction. McCarthy, I mean, he's young and he's inexperienced, and he'll learn from this, Jim, no doubt, but he's just got tactics wrong. He's been hurt a couple of times, and Johnson has been much the stronger boxer here.
You have to stay away from a hard punching man.
Definitely.
But Johnson's happy just to see out the last few seconds. You can't blame him at all. It has been a quiet last round. The second round was the one that mattered, and Johnson's won it for Scotland. Terrific performance by the hard punching Callum Johnson. Tommy McCarthy will see more of. He's very disappointed, the young man, only 19 years of age. Johnson at 25 has avenged a defeat earlier in the year at the hands of McCarthy. And following on from Kenny Anderson in 2006 in Melbourne, Callum Johnson has won light heavyweight gold for Scotland here in Delhi 2010. Blistering, bruising, rib-tickling, battering performance by the chunky Johnson, and won it with a wee bit to spare.
Decision of bout number 214 in the 81kg weight category by points 1-8. Winner in the blue corner, Callum Johnson from Scotland.
So you, Dad. Come on.